Okay, welcome to another edition of Dubster TV. Chester's joined me today. I don't know quite what's on his mind, but something by the look of it. What I wanted to tell you about today is fitting vinyl graphics to the side of a van. And whether it's commercial or leisure, the same principle applies every single time. Already done the other side. If I want this side to match, the first thing I'm going to need is a tape measure. So let me go and get one. Hey, okay, so I've got tape measure and I've grabbed a couple of other bits while I'm there. These things are incredibly useful. So that is magnets. If you're doing this all the time, then magnets make it very, very easy to keep things in position without having to keep sticking. Masking tape, which I'm also going to need. Okay, pen also. And I've already measured up the other side to see what needs to go where. So let me just grab those graphics. Okay, so I've got my graphics in hand. And I've already done the measurements on the other side. So the first thing I'm going to do is just magnet this in place. And if I was using masking tape, just 2 pieces of masking tape makes it easy to reposition. Always useful to use lines of the vehicle to help with your alignment. Now I know that I need to be 3 centimeters from this line to this line. And I've already marked which side is the top because obviously it's quite a random pattern and I need to make sure that it's consistent one side to the other. Okay, so we're going to go for 3 centimeters from the bar there. Okay, and then I need to obviously work out this end as well to make sure we're the same and we're level. Otherwise, that will look awful. It's one of the easiest mistakes to make when fitting graphics to both sides of a van is to make them different on both sides. So trying to keep consistent and make sure they're level. If they're not level, they're going to look rubbish. Long way to move back. So once we've got the graphics in place, then the next thing is to fix them in place so that nothing moves. Because once you're working on quite a long stretch like this, it's really easy for things to come distorted. So what we're going to do is stop that from happening. Right, now we've got the graphics fixed in place with the masking tape along the top there. It's not going to move up or down. So I know that I've got level right the way down the graphics, which means I can move my magnets out of the way. And then I can do a final check for how clean we are underneath. Okay, so I'm now going to just give this one more clean. So before we try and stick graphics onto this, we need to make sure the surface is as clean as it can possibly be, because anything that's on there in terms of contamination is likely to lead to bubbles in your graphics. So we're going to use some isopropyl alcohol or panel wipe. One of those two will work really well. We have our own brand, other brands available. Now I want to get the graphics back down. Now I've got that clean surface underneath. So I just need to make sure that the backing paper folds back up where it's meant to at the top there, which I can see it's not. So you just need to give it a little help. We're all right there, and we're all right there. The reason we need to make sure that's like that is, again, just making sure that we're keeping it level. Okay, next, squeegee. You need a squeegee. Now, with my squeegee, what I've got here is 2 different sides. I've got the felt side, and then I've also got a wet squeegee side. This one allows me to put more pressure in. This one gives me a chance to use either wet or less chance of scratching the graphics. But get yourself one of these if you're going to do graphics, because without it, nightmare. So now we need to remove the backing paper. Now, rather than lift it all in one go, which a lot of people make that mistake of at the beginning, what I'm going to do is keep this as flat to the van as I can, and then just start pulling the backing paper down at an angle, and you can see this just starting to move through the back there. Now, I'm not worried that these aren't stuck to the van yet, but I will be in just a second. So now I've got a little bit of room to play with. I'm going to start the squeegee in place. I'm just helping the paper to fold in the background there, because that will make this task easier for me. It would be very easy to think to squeegee this way would be sensible. Don't do that. Go this way. because it's easier to keep the bubbles out and to keep it straight. And be patient, a little bit at a time. If you try to do it all in one go, you're going to have a nightmare. I'm not worried that these bits aren't sticking here because I can sort those out afterwards after I've taken the application tape off. Okay, so another tip for you as well is it's very easy to think that squeegeeing this way is the way. If you squeegee this way, you can put more pressure on. So don't drag, push. But this is the bit everyone loves about stickers. The reveal. And you see, I've got an angle here of 45 degrees. I have got a crease here, which I can fix. Hopefully, there's not too many other ones.